Welcome to the 100th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I am Tiger Height.
And I'm Peanut Gallery.
So, we're talking about 3 pay-per-view events.
Yep, we're going to catch up.
We're just going to play catch-up. There was only one pay-per-view event this weekend. I'm like, screw it, let's do it all. And also, because I didn't have all the soapbox ready, I just thought it was going to be appropriate.
Right.
So, we're starting with Triplemania Monterrey. I'm going to give the whole show an Orange Cassidy thumbs up, just to be honest. But let's go into our first match, which was our big multi-person steel cage match. The final 2 participants in the cage would go on to be in a mask versus mask match. And yeah,
I thought it was an interesting choice of winner, or I guess of loser.
Of losers, because technically it's losers.
Right.
Antifaz and Laredo started before the bell even sounded, but Antifaz was taken out before the match even happened, so I'm like, well, why? What's the point? Oh, also, everybody within this steel cage match have rivals that are subsequent to themselves.
Right. So
there was a lot of rivalry here.
Yep.
And I thought that was great because I needed to catch up on my AAA anyway, so that was a good way to do that. These are the people that escaped the cage and were considered safe in order. Aerostar, Parka, Negra, Octagon, and Villano were safe at the same time, but they continued to fight. Laredo Kid, Abismo Negro Jr., Taurus. The final 2 were Myzteziz Jr. and Argenis. It was a fun opener overall. I thought it was paced actually quite well for a steel cage multi-lucha match.
Right.
I was expecting it to be Spot Fest City, but it actually really wasn't.
No.
I thought the spots made sense.
Yep.
I liked they incorporated...
It wasn't like too tacky.
Right. They incorporated rivalries into it. And that's the other thing that I really liked about it, is that a lot of what Triplemania is this year is rivalry-based.
Right.
Which we will be getting into in a bit as well.
We need to do the star rating or whatever on this.
I'm going to give it a full thumbs up.
Yeah,
I liked it. It was a good opener, and speaking of horrible matches, this could possibly be one of the running for the worst matches of the year. This gets 2 thumbs down. Yep. This was Vampiro versus Chessman. Do you remember this match?
I try to forget this.
Oh my god. I mean, how can you make this majestic again? Don't have it on the card, and that is it. I mean, this was atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
It was messy, overbooked, sloppy. They weren't even it didn't even look like they were hitting each other hard. They were just kind of like, It was like, what are we doing?
It was really weird.
They were tickling each other, essentially.
Right.
But it's like, Chessman had this match, open challenge, and of all the great talent that you have here, you put in Vampiro.
Yeah.
What is with Vampiro?
I don't know.
I could get, in the 90s, he had a unique look, and it was neat, but now he's just an old guy.
Yeah.
He looks old.
Yeah,
that
was the problem. He was just an old guy.
It was a shit spear through the table, and Vampiro couldn't even, stand up. He was so exhausted.
Stupid.
And I think that was IRL, that he got so exhausted that he couldn't stand up. And I'm like, what are we doing? God, this was a disaster.
Yeah, it was.
Now, speaking of a match that I actually liked, what they did here was a multi-person tag team match, essentially Team Monterrey versus Team Mexico City.
Yeah, it was all right. It was just one of those things. Yeah.
It was there. It was Arez, Dave the Clown, Latigo, Nino Hamburguesa, and Negra Casas, who I guess was an older wrestler back in the 70s, and I couldn't care less, against Baby Extreme, El Zoro, El Hijo del LA Park, Flammer, and Toscaro. And this was the Copa Triplemania match. Yeah. What does it mean for anything? Nothing really.
Right. It was just a showcase match.
Right. And it was a roll-up for the obvious Monterrey team to win. Duh. It was whatever. It was fine. There were some parts
It was a whatever sandwich, though. I didn't feel like it really belonged on this card, but whatever.
Yeah, well, I feel like half of the matches did not belong on this fucking card.
Right.
Okay, between the 2 matches, this one was clearly superior.
Oh, yeah.
It was Alberto, El Patron, and Pentagon Jr. taking on Psycho Clown and Sam Adonis. There were a couple of things that I liked about this. That the rivalry between El Patron and Pagano was based on respect instead of hatred. So that was a good incorporation. I really like the Psycho Clown and Sam Adonis thing, where Sam Adonis is essentially jealous that Psycho Clown is the ace of AAA, and he's going to prove him wrong. And they fought each other like they owed each other money.
Right. But this was a tag team match, of course, so they had to work together.
And if you lost, you advance.
Right.
Because at the end, it's going to be a lucha de apuestas.
Whatever it is, mask versus whatever.
Right, exactly. I thought this match overall was structured well. I like the incorporation of the rivalries as well. I thought it was done a lot better in this match than in the other one. I did not recognize Alberto El Patron at all. He looked like a discount Brock Lesnar, but he looks at least to be in good shape. And there you go. And it was a destroyer for Pentagon and Patron to win. And Sam Adonis and Psycho Clown beat the crap out of each other after the match. And
there we go.
I'm all game for that. It gets a full thumbs up. All right, now we have the mask versus mask match. It was Argenis taking on Myzteziz Jr. Orange Cassidy, thumbs up.
That's what I thought.
I kind of wish they explained more of the rivalry between these two for me to justify it. And also, there was no build to it whatsoever. It's just like, mask versus mask. I'm like, I get that that's the most important thing, but could we have at least done some sort of build to get to this spot?
No.
Because it felt
it felt rushed, right?
It felt rushed, it felt lazy.
Yeah.
And it was a shooting star press for the win, and I'm hoping that Argenis, despite him unmasking, continues to wrestle because I like the attitude.
Right.
And I want to see more of that violent attitude right now. You knew Myzteziz was not going to win this match.
Right. Or was not going to lose.
He's not going to lose his mask, so
there
you go. Oh, God, I guess we got to talk about the match.
All right.
So Pagano had surgery, and he was originally supposed to be Rush's tag team partner, but they replaced him with LA Park. This was a colossal disaster of a match. It gets 2 thumbs down. This was a mess.
I cannot believe that this match took place the way it did.
I mean, LA Park was essentially unmasked.
Right.
I literally could see part of his mask. I get the disrespect of ripping the mask, but do we have to rip it off of the guy?
Right.
Do we really have to do that every time this happens? By the way, this was Blue Demon Jr. and DMT Azul taking on LA Park and Rush El Toro Blanco. It was a screwed over driver bullshit thing.
It was kind of a weird finish.
This was a mess. It was a disaster.
It was a disaster from top to bottom, honestly.
I know. There was no part of this that I enjoyed. Rush, unfortunately, had to be in this with a bunch of old guys.
Right.
And it was so sad to see because you could tell that they are so limited.
Right.
Blue Demon Jr. has been wrestling for like 50 years.
Right.
Hang up the mask already at this point. Your son is already wrestling. Just stop while you're ahead.
Right.
And thank God our main event was good.
Yes.
This was a good main event. Thank you, God. Hijo del Vikingo taking on Swerve Strickland, Rich Swann, and Commander for the AAA Mega Champion. This was before the announcement that Commander has signed with AEW.
Right.
You're an idiot. So, it was a great match, actually. I thought the structure was perfect for Lucha. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The only issue is that I did not even know about this Fatal 4-Way match until like 2 days before the event. The one thing about Mexico that I cannot stand is that they just kind of put people together.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, here you go. Have fun. I'm
right.
like, do you have regular television that I can watch? Do you have something where you can build? Or are we just kind of saying, these people look good, let's put them in a match. Hey, Swerve Strickland and Rich Swann are in Mexico on vacation. Maybe we can book them.
Exactly.
But despite that, it was still a great match.
Was.
It was a very good match. It was a 6:30 splash for Vikingo to win. That was the end of Monterrey.
And how many? And what do you give the rating?
I'm gonna give this one a full thumbs up.
I am
in
too.
general. Like I said, the only issue is I sort of wished it was not.
It was better. There was a better build.
Yeah, really. That's kind of where it was. I just wonder if they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get Swann and Strickland down there, but they did. The crowd was actually quite large.
Yeah.
I thought the feel and the look was exactly what it needed to be for a Monterrey show, and I don't know. It's kind of a weird, rocky start to this year's Triplemania. I thought last year's start was a lot better, but that's just me.
But hey, here we are.
Yep. So when we come back, we're going to be talking about Rebellion.
Yep.
So stay tuned.